English, Spanish, Russian, Hindi. They all share something hidden, roots in an ancient forgotten tongue. Let's go back to the source of human thought. Welcome to Zukkun Knows. 1. The birth of Sanskrit. Sanskrit is one of the oldest known languages, emerging over 3,000 years ago in ancient India. It was first spoken by Indo-Aryan peoples and later became the language of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. Though not spoken today in daily life, it remains vital in religious and scholarly traditions. 2. A linguistic grandfather. Sanskrit belongs to the Indo-European language family, which also includes Latin, Greek, and English. Words like mother, brother, and name share common roots with Sanskrit terms like mater, brater, and nama. These similarities show that many modern languages likely evolved from a shared ancestor, making Sanskrit a linguistic bridge across continents. 3. The science of language. Unlike most ancient languages, Sanskrit was deliberately structured. A scholar named Panini created a grammar system in the 4th century BCE with nearly 4,000 precise rules. His system was so advanced that some scholars today compare it to modern programming languages. This made Sanskrit not only beautiful to speak, but also extremely logical and consistent. 4th, zero and beyond. Sanskrit texts were among the first to mention the concept of zero, not just as a symbol, but as a real number. This revolutionary idea later influenced global mathematics. Ancient Indian scholars also made advances in algebra, trigonometry, and geometry, all written in Sanskrit. These ideas later traveled through the Islamic world into Europe. 5. Epic stories and myths. Sanskrit is the original language of two of the world's longest epic poems, the Mahabharata and the Ramayana. The Mahabharata tells the story of a massive war between royal families and explores duty, fate, and justice. The Ramayana follows a prince's journey to rescue his kidnapped wife, touching on love, loyalty, and divine power. These stories shaped storytelling across Asia and influenced literature, theater, and even movies. 6. Religion and rituals. Hinduism's most sacred texts, the Vedas, Upanishads, and the Bhagavad Gita, are written in Sanskrit. The Vedas are collections of hymns and rituals. The Upanishads explore deep philosophical questions like the nature of the soul, and the Bhagavad Gita is a spiritual dialogue about ethics and destiny. These texts remain central to Indian culture and are still studied worldwide. 7. The sound of the universe. Sanskrit is often called a vibrational language. Each syllable is believed to affect both body and mind. Mantras, such as Om, are short sacred phrases repeated aloud or in meditation to focus attention and connect with spiritual energy. This practice influenced yoga and healing traditions globally, especially in the 20th century New Age movement, which blends Eastern spirituality with modern self-help ideas. 8. Colonial suppression. During British colonization of India, Sanskrit education was pushed aside in favor of English. British officials saw it as too spiritual or too native. Over time, traditional schools declined, but temples, monasteries, and oral traditions kept the language alive, preserving ancient knowledge that might have otherwise vanished. 9th, rediscovery in the West. In the 18th century, European scholars were stunned to find that Sanskrit was older than Greek or Latin. They noticed similarities with their own languages and developed the theory of Proto-Indo-European, a now lost ancestral language that connected India and Europe. Ironically, while Britain colonized India, many British scholars were just beginning to realize that Sanskrit and India held the linguistic roots of European languages. But this discovery came late. Colonial powers were focused on controlling land and resources, not honoring shared origins. The idea that India and Europe were linguistically connected was new, and it wasn't part of public knowledge. So while scholars were fascinated, most colonial rulers ignored the deeper connection. 10. A silent legacy. Today, Sanskrit isn't widely spoken, but its influence is everywhere. From yoga studios to science terms to spiritual philosophy, its structure inspired modern linguistics. Its ideas helped shape math, medicine, and ethics. It may be an ancient language, but its wisdom still echoes through time. It's not dead, it's echoing through every word you say. The language may be ancient, but its impact is forever. Subscribe if you love discovering hidden roots of modern life.